Hello, friends and fiends, and welcome to Cerb Snack Bar. I'm your host, Cerberus. I love serving up cinematic treats from the public domain on my other show, Buried Bones, where I like to host a full-length feature and a few extras. Well, when I have extras left over, I like to serve them up here on Snack Bar. Now, this episode is about the atom versus nature. The feature in the middle of the show is an official civil defense film from 1951 titled Survival Under Atomic Attack. It's an ominous little gem with a cheesy smile from Castle Films. Castle Films produced industrial and advertising films at first, but later pioneered the production of 8mm and 16mm movies for home use. Newsreels, travel logs, cartoons, musical numbers, nature footage, and many other subjects were packaged into single 9-minute reels and sold in department stores, camera shops, and through print advertising. They were inexpensive and became the first movie media marketed for home entertainment and collecting. In 1947, Universal bought a controlling stake, and they were then allowed to draw on Universal's vast collection of properties. Aggressively marketed, they were a hit and sold millions of units all over the world. Now, to keep things light, I have a newsreel, a variety of atom versus nature movie trailers, and some drive-in filler to glue it all together. So grab your Geiger counter and let's get started with Cerb Snack Bar, Atom versus Nature Edition.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. Come back soon.
Fission science creates an electronic monster so terrifying only screams can describe it.
Come back home. Come back home.
According to the evidence, Hennessy was murdered by a creature with atom rays of superhuman strength, and a creature that cannot be killed by bullets.
I said I would live to see you die.
I just came from the Bureau. They checked the murderer's fingerprints. His name is Willard Pierce. They let me have it from the files.
Petty theft, fraud, 3 months in prison, tubercular. How could a tubercular man have strength enough to break those bars like that?
You think that's something? Answer this one. How could a dead man have strength enough to do it?
Fantastic, but based on scientific fact.
Please,
How low they're flying. You will stop all planes and trucks searching for radioactivity. If you do not, many people will be killed. There will be no other warning.
Hello. They hung up before I could put a tracer on it.
Slow down, Dave. Dave, did they? No.
Go out and kill him.
Hey, fellas, don't fight over that hot dog. There's plenty for everyone. Big, plump, and juicy, wrapped in an oven-fresh bun. Add mustard, relish, ketchup, and go to work. Yes, the hot dogs at our refreshment center are the best you'll find anywhere. Everybody agrees on that.
Tribute is paid Dr. Nicholas Murray Butler by Mayor Furry of Patterson, New Jersey, Dr. Butler's hometown. In a ceremony at Columbia University, which he headed for many years, the educator is presented with a scroll attesting Patterson's pride. General Walter Beadle Smith, United States Ambassador to Russia, arrives in Moscow to present his credentials. The new ambassador is received by ranking members of the Foreign Office and the chairman of the Supreme Soviet. General Smith will have the delicate task of maintaining relations badly shaken by differences among the big three. But world affairs aside, here is the beauteous Madeleine Carroll arriving in Madrid, where apparently fans have not forgotten her, despite her absence from the screen during the war years. Miss Carroll will take the leading role in a motion picture to be produced in Spain with Portuguese cooperation. And the welcome mat is out for Marlene Dietrich as she arrives in Paris, once her old stamping ground, and she hasn't changed a bit. The Hollywood star will make a picture in France with Jean Gabin. You see, she really hasn't changed a bit.
Aboard the carrier U.S. Sidor, the stage rises in a full dress rehearsal for photographers and pilots who will take part in Operations Crossroads when atom bombs will be dropped on Bikini Atoll. Since literally thousands of cameras will be used to photograph the test from every possible angle, split-second coordination will be required of pilots and cameramen, and traffic will be congested on the flight deck when the great day arrives. To help clear the decks faster, catapults are used. The pilots of these torpedo bombers have been repeatedly briefed. There's never any let-up in landing practice on a carrier. In a second, you'll see why. And just to show that life on a carrier is never monotonous, watch this. It's all part of the tune-up.
Coming to this theater soon, The Beast of Yucca Flats. Filmed on the burning hot sands by Yucca Flats. See terror, panic, murder. See the Cardoza and Francis production of The Beast of Yucca Flats. See a man turn killer. See a woman ravaged. See one of the most exciting movies ever made. See the beast of Yucca Flats. A killer on the loose. Death sweeps across the desert. Panic. A bloodthirsty killer stalks the moonlit desert. He, the beast of Yucca Flats.
Thirsty? The refreshment stand is open with everything to satisfy your taste buds. Here's the menu. The hottest, freshest, crunchiest popcorn. Each kernel popped to its fullest with that real movie time taste. Cold drinks. You'll find your favorite ice cold, tasty, and thirst quenching. And hot dogs, hamburgers, and candy, too. Now a short intermission, so you'll have time to make your selection before the show begins.
Let us face, without panic, the reality of our times. The fact that atom bombs may someday be dropped on our cities. And let us prepare for survival, understanding the weapon that threatens us. An atom bomb destroys or injures in three ways: by blast, heat, and radioactivity. The blast of an atom bomb is its most important destructive agent. In Japan, whole buildings were flattened by its force. However, many buildings of sturdy construction, even though close to the explosion, remained standing. The principal dangers of blast are flying glass and debris, the fires it may start, and the danger of being crushed in collapsing buildings. The atom bomb destroys by heat. People caught in the open as far as 2 miles away suffered flash burns. Yet, protection could have been easily achieved. Here, a bridge post and rail shielded the surface behind it. Any solid material afforded similar protection. The third weapon of the bomb is radioactivity, thrown off at the instant of explosion. However, the majority of people exposed to radiation recovered completely, including a large percentage of those who suffered serious radiation sickness. Today, they lead normal lives. They bear children. Their children are normal. These, then, are the weapons of the atom bomb that we must protect against: blast, heat, and radioactivity. Our cities are prime targets for atomic attack, but mass evacuation would be disastrous. An enemy would like nothing better than to have us leave our cities empty and unproductive. If an emergency should come, our factories will be battle stations. Production must go on if we are to win. Our offices and homes will also be posts of duty, not to be deserted. With the knowledge of the first atomic explosions to guide us, our chances for survival will be far better than those of the people of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, if we act on our knowledge and are prepared. The first job is to look over your own home for shelter possibilities. If you live in a private home that is well built, the cellar is the safest place to be. The lower you get, the more barriers there are likely to be against blast, heat, and radioactivity. Select the basement wall nearest the probable target area of your city. If the house is blown over, it will most likely fall away from this wall. If you have a workbench or strong table big enough to get under, move it into your shelter area near a wall or strong supporting column. If the time comes when you actually have to take shelter, lie under the table. If you live in a home that has no basement, choose a shelter area without windows on the ground floor. An interior hallway is probably best. In time of emergency, the shelter area should be cleared of mirrors and other objects that might cause injury.
If you live in an apartment house, rules for taking shelter will be posted in your building. Learn them. Also, learn the location of public shelters in areas where you work or frequently visit. There are many things you can begin doing right now. Fireproof housekeeping is one, so clean up that attic. Keep waste in covered containers. Don't let trash pile up in the yard. Set aside a small supply of canned goods. They're safe from radioactivity. Have a good flashlight on hand. Electric lights may go out. Keep a first aid kit and learn how to stop bleeding. Make a habit of keeping a bottle of fresh water handy. A radio will be important for receiving vital instructions. Finally, prepare the shelter area and collect all necessary shelter equipment. In case of an actual raid or test drill, the alert will be a warbling siren blast lasting 3 minutes. Once you hear this, act fast. Pull down the shades or blinds and close the drapes against flying glass. Turn off the burners of your gas or electric stove. Disconnect any heating elements, such as electric irons, hot plates, or bathroom heaters. Outside doors, but leave them unlocked. Turn off the gas or oil burners. Taking shelter may be a race against time, even when you have some advance warning. But possibly, there may be no time. An attack could come without warning. The sky would suddenly light up. If a doorway is right at hand, use it. If the nearest shelter is more than a couple of steps away, fall to the ground immediately. Flying glass and debris are immediate dangers, so stay where you are until you're sure it's safe to move. If you are at home when a surprise attack occurs, crawl beneath a table if it is very near, or drop to the floor with your back to the window. The immediate danger is over in about a minute, unless the explosion occurred near the ground or water. In this case, radioactive materials are trapped in the particles of dirt or water thrown up by the explosion. When these particles fall back to Earth, they may be dangerous. So get indoors immediately after a ground-level explosion. Cover broken windows against radioactive dust with blankets or cardboard. Civil defense radiological teams, equipped with radiation survey meters, will check on contamination in any bombed area. Stay under cover until you hear officially that it is safe outside. If you have been exposed to radioactive dust, wash the exposed areas. Pay particular attention to your hair. Get all the dirt from under your fingernails. If the people of Hiroshima and Nagasaki had known what we know about civil defense, thousands of lives would have been saved. Yes, the knowledge is ours, and preparation can mean survival for you. So act now. Someday your life may depend on it.
Your attention, please. All new hotshot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heater through car window and turn on the switch. When leaving, please turn switch off and replace on speaker post. Warning, high voltage. For your own safety, do not attempt to repair or remove wires. Do not attempt to open heater unit. If you need assistance, please notify the theater box office or concession manager.
Pounding across the motion picture screen comes the most terrifying monster of them all. Gamera, the Invincible. Gamera, the super monster that even the H-bomb cannot destroy. Gamera, the Invincible.
Attention everyone! Take cover!
Gamera, consuming raw atomic power. Power to destroy entire cities.
Open fire!
Man's most destructive weapons have no effect on Gamera, the Invincible. The mightiest nuclear weapons ever devised are powerless against Gamera, the Invincible. Is humanity doomed? Will the world be destroyed? The United Nations is called to emergency session in a last desperate effort to save the world.
We have one plan that we think might work. We have discussed Plan Z with the Japanese authorities, and they agree it is the best of our alternative plans. Is that correct, sir?
That is so. Plan Z is hope of the world.
A cast of thousands at the mercy of the most terrifying monster that ever lived. Brian Donlevy as General Arnold.
Is beyond comprehension. He must be stopped now.
Albert Decker as the Secretary of Defense. Will Plan Z stop Gamera? Gamera, the Invincible.
As you watch a warped scientist become transformed into a godless beast when his bloody scalpel probes the forbidden secrets of a woman's flesh. In Atom Age Vampire, you will flame to the stark ritual of a beautiful girl's last searing dance. As tragedy forever mars her loveliness, leaving her to face a world of terror. I give you my word that I will restore your faith, restore all your beauty. You will cringe as the demented doctor experiments with a girl's trusting innocence. But to possess the living miracle wrought by his twisted genius, he must forever sacrifice his soul to the cunning gods of evil.
A transplant directly from another human being.
A mad creature born of the atomic age, now shackled to a world of rotting bodies and violent death. A sadist, a criminal, a depraved animal, more ferocious than Jekyll, more monstrous than Frankenstein, more bloody than Dracula.
Fire a volley through the window pane.
You will gasp as lust and madness stalk the dark and screaming night in Atom Age Vampire.
Top quality hamburgers, the most popular snack in the country. We serve them plain or garnished to your taste.
There are words men live by, words of strength, of wisdom, and of peace. We urge you to find the spiritual comfort and guidance we all so greatly need by attending your place of worship regularly.
Welcome back, friends and fiends, and I hope you took your iodine tablets after that. These civil defense films and the radioactive mutation movies were a clear sign of our fears and apprehensions of entering the atomic age. The first thing most folks even heard about atomic energy was in regard to the 2 atom bombs America dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. It's a shame they couldn't have led with that clean, low-cost energy for all first. Culturally, we have always framed atomic energy as a destructive force, and our film arts really reflect that. The 50s especially were filled with films depicting some sort of nature run amok with radiation as its root cause. We wouldn't get post-nuclear war apocalyptic movies as a genre, really, until the 60s and 70s. The 50s always used the testing of nuclear arms as the dangerous causation, leaving their world-killing destruction potential merely implied. So be sure to join us in the Vortex at www.horrorhost.net for 24/7 B-movie horror, sci-fi, mystery, exploitation films, and original content. The Vortex is the world's longest-running 24/7 interactive movie channel on the internet, streaming continuously since 2010. They pioneered the format of streaming accompanied with live chat. The daily feature starts at 9 p.m. Eastern every night of the week. Be sure to find the Vortex Facebook community for more fun. Be sure to check out my full feature show also, Buried Bones, on YouTube, with occasional premieres and reruns on the Vortex. Thanks for watching, and next time, meet me at the snack bar.